All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Friday night. Another edition of KFTV Live presented by Manscaped. Knicks down in New Orleans for the penultimate game of the regular season, man. Once again, shorthanded on the load management vibes. No Brunson, no Randle, no block nest monster Mitchell Robinson, but the return of RJ Barrett made things very interesting for the Pelicans and very interesting for Knicks fans. We're going to talk about that. Knicks did make it competitive, man. They did fight valiantly, especially in the second half. Showed some good fight. Emmanuel Quickley with 24 points, 6 of 10 from downtown. Quick continues to cook. And as we said, RJ Barrett, man, chipped in with 28 points from the field. But boy, oh boy, time and time again, Herb Jones and Brandon Ingram would find ways to kill these Knicks. And in the end, the Knicks just could not get the timely stops and will fall to the Pelicans, man. 113 to 105. KFTV postgame live, presented by Manscaped. CP and Alex on the ones and twos. A little late night edition of the postgame show, Al. How you feeling, man?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good.
Yeah.
You know, at least we're safe and sound, like people at the Masters.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
Poor people almost perished. But, yeah. The penultimate game. How'd you like that word? Penultimate.
I liked it. I liked it, man.
Second to last. Penultimate game. Knicks down in New Orleans. I thought it was a good game. Mm-hmm. You know, for the first 5 minutes of the game, I as the Pelicans, because the Pelicans have something to play for here. They're in playing situations. Then they could even be the 5th seed, I think, in the West. So
the West is jumbled.
The West playoff tree might not be decided until the last day, until Sunday. So, but either way, the Knicks would find a way to keep this thing competitive. RJ came back from a stomach ailment. Mixed bag. We'll talk about that. I thought Quick was great today. 24 points, 6 of 10 from downtown. Had some filthy threes in this game. And yeah, I thought overall it was just an interesting game. It was a competitive game. And good fight by the Knicks. Good fight. Josh Hart. I felt like he was in playoff mode with his hustle. And boy, one thing about Hart, man. Yeah, that was his former team. You could be friends and whatnot, but once you square up on the court, he's locked in. And him and Ingram were going back and forth at it. I thought that was cool. I liked Sims. Jericho got in the game. No Mitch tonight, and Mitch got a much-needed rest. I thought this was the game to do it. I didn't want to see him out there battling with Valanciunas, but I thought Sims gave Valanciunas a nice little run for his money.
He did.
And then you had 5 assists from Hartenstein, man. I liked it. What'd you think about tonight's game, man?
Like you, man. I thought it was a good competitive game. You know, Knicks aren't playing for anything. This is just... We're just going through formality at this point.
Yeah.
So, as you noted, the Pelicans had something to play for. If I'm the Pelicans and this is a close one, which it was all the way through, I'm looking at my team like, man, we really missed Zion. Also, man, how competitive are we going to be in this play-in tournament?
Right.
Or you, like you said, they could even be in the playoffs, man. They're not even. We don't even know right now. Between the Clippers, Warriors, Pelicans, Lakers, Timberwolves, things can still, jump around. Not saying the Timberwolves can get into the play. Well, maybe they could. No, actually, they could. They could. They got 2 games.
Yes.
They got 2 games left.
Yeah,
wow.
They can.
The West is really a mess.
I'm telling you, man. They really can.
Wow. But getting back on track. Yeah, I liked Quickley's effort. I liked RJ being able to get downhill. His 3-point shooting is just, that's got to change, man. His 3-point shooting needs to come around, at least hit timely threes. There were moments where he could have hit timely threes and he didn't. Like you, I liked what I saw from Jericho Sims. But I really liked what I saw from Isaiah Hartenstein. I felt like him not getting back into the game because he was really opening up the offense with his passing. That changed. Like what I saw from Obi tonight as well.
Yeah.
there was a good mix of everything from everybody, man. I think the defense was just meh.
Yeah, the weak side defense needed a lot of work.
Yeah, but overall, solid game. Even Fournier getting some buckets.
Fournier, yeah, we thought that Pacers game, boy, he looked like he was ready to go home. He was ready for the offseason. Like, bro, we still got playoffs. We still got playoffs. You still got to practice with us. But yeah, Fournier had to hit a couple of nice buckets in the fourth. As you said, got a little bit from everybody.
Well, Fournier he's used to the one night stands at this point.
That's right.
He wasn't expecting to probably have these many games in a row. He's like, whoa, this is not a one night stand anymore.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
Is this something serious? Wait, not what I was looking for.
Yeah. No, it's true, man. Definitely true. So yeah, as you said, you got a little bit from everybody. They went into the half tied at 60, and then in the third, Pelicans were kind of having their way between Ingram and McCollum, doing a lot of damage. And look, give credit to Grimes. I thought Grimes fought Ingram valiantly on the defensive end, but I thought Ingram had the size matchup. Obviously, it's Ingram. He's a very talented player. And then he has, that high arc and that jumper, so it's hard to defend. So I thought even when Grimes was with him step for step, when Ingram rises up over you, he can knock those down. He's very capable of doing that. And obviously, he's the Pelicans' #1 guy, so he had his moments there. And then they line up Herb Jones on the weak side. And if you're not going to get out there and cover on the three, I thought Herb Jones had his moments, both playing inside and outside. So it was a tough cover. It was definitely a tough cover.
You're burying the lead with the other Pelican that went off. The Pelican that did go off tonight, which is Trey Murphy.
Yeah,
he was good.
Yeah, Trey was good. Trey was definitely good. A guy that the Knicks did like in the draft. Murphy certainly did his thing. But look, like I said, the Knicks certainly fought back. Like even in the third, when the Pelicans were making their charge, it was kind of like a tale of two quarters. Like early third was the Pelicans, and then late third, it was Quick. It was Grimes. I mean, Quickley had some filthy shots in that third quarter, including that one sidestep three that he hit over Josh Richardson. That was disgusting. And so, Quickley got him right back in it in the third. And then, in the fourth, late in the fourth, rather, the Pelicans were able to pull away. And a lot of that was just, Knicks just couldn't hit their shots, man. Knicks just couldn't hit their shots between Quickley and RJ. Just couldn't get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, and the third quarter belonged to Quickley, and for the fourth quarter, it belonged to RJ. RJ, when he got downhill, got to the line, that's when he was most impactful.
Yeah.
It's just a three-point shooting, man. I'm quite concerned where his three-point shooting is at, because it's been for a while now that he hasn't been knocking them down. I mean, he had the timely one against Boston, but since then, it has been dreadful. I'm pulling up the stats right now just to see where it's shooting. I think it's under 20% at this point. It's just been brutal to watch. Let's see, just resetting it right now. Let's see. From the last 15 games, let's go with the last 15 games. Last 15 games, RJ's been shooting 21.7% from downtown. Just woeful, man. Absolutely woeful. He needs to figure out. He needs to do what Thibs always says: stay in the gym, put up some shots, figure out that rhythm, because at this point, people are just leaving him wide open.
Yeah,
they're not even there. Thankfully, he can get physical enough to get to the line, but when it comes playoff time, they're just going to be sagging off, leaving him open on the perimeter, and daring him to knock it down. Yeah. And if they're also going to be sagging off and just waiting for him to attack the paint, it's going to be that much harder for him to really get into a rhythm. And we've seen that. We've seen that when teams start to collapse or just clog the paint and he's running out there with the second unit, it's not good. So nice to see he got into rhythm, because he went 11 for 15 inside the arc, which is just phenomenal. But 0 for 9 from downtown, you can't have that.
Yeah, it was tough. You know, it was a tough night from RJ from 3. You know, he goes 0 for 9 from downtown and 11 to 25 from the field. 11 to 25 from the field. Right? So he went 11 for 16 from inside the arc, which is good. Right? If we're talking about playing to your strengths, we already know what that is for RJ. Mm-hmm. And he did that. He attacked. He was aggressive. I thought he was passing well early, and I thought he was passing well the whole game. Six assists for him, no turnovers. I thought he was patient with his drives. While he was aggressive, thought he still passed the ball very well. Had some good passes, especially in that first quarter. Now, is he going to shoot 9 threes out there with Jalen and Julius come back? No.
Not at all.
Not at all. So, like, the thing is this, bro. Like, even if he went 6 of 10 from downtown tonight, the thing with RJ is that he's so inconsistent, you can't glean anything off of his shooting numbers, good or bad. He could come in the Cavs game on game 1 and go 5 for 10, or go 4 for 8. We just don't know because every day is a different thing with him from beyond the arc. What you need to see him do is be consistent inside. This is just my opinion. For me, you want to see him be consistent inside. His shot hasn't been consistent all year from the outside. Just hasn't been there.
I feel like, but there was like a time period where it was actually decent, where he was shooting around 34, 35%. And that was, that was like before and even after the lacerated finger. Now it's just, I don't know where it went, to be quite honest. And it's, I hear you where it can go like game to game. I'm not expecting him game to game to be like this lights out shooter, that we actually got 2 seasons ago, right? When he was shooting 40%. But I need at least one. Yeah. And to be efficient with it, right? Don't shoot 9 threes. Like I get tonight. It's fine for tonight because you don't have Julius, you don't have Jalen. Someone's got to take the shots. Totally understand that. But there are some nights where we see him go 0 for 6 and you're like, okay, change it up, figure it out. Like go attack, go be more facilitator tonight, which he was tonight. Yeah. He was more facilitator. But once again, that's also because we didn't have Jalen and Julius. All I want to see, though, is that he can go into the playoffs, knock down some threes because you're going to need contributions from everybody. Yeah. That's all I need.
I agree with that. It's just so interesting with him, man, because like I said, if he's playing like if he's playing to his strengths like he is tonight, and let's say with a minute left, they're down by 4. If he knocks down that 3, they're down by 1 with a chance to steal it. I think that kind of changes how we think about this game.
For sure. And
if he knocks down the timely 3. Right.
Yeah, it goes to timely 3s, which is fine. Like there's at this point of the season, because he's so good at getting downhill, I'll take timely 3s because he's improved getting downhill, drawing contact, getting to the free throw line, hitting a good portion of his free throws for the most part. Yeah. But I just need to. It's just weird, man, because we saw it for part of the season. I just don't know where it went. Yeah. I think that's the thing for me is that it's not that he can't do it. We have seen him do it. Consistency. And now I'm just like, where did it all go? Okay. Consistency. That's my thing.
Consistency has just never been hit. He'll have stretches, but he'll have stretches from one extreme to the next, right? Consistency's just never been there. For me, I think understanding that, I just want to see him finish when you can, when you have the opportunity, when you get to the bucket, knock down your free throws, play make, and play some defense in your minutes. Mm-hmm. Because when we look ahead to Cleveland, one thing I'm certain of is that if his shot ain't there, and especially if his defense isn't there, you got the 6th man of the year on the bench. That's what he's there for, bro. And Thibs is going to go to him. And I don't think Thibs is going to be... He's going to go to him early if he has to. right? If the Cavs are clogging that paint up and RJ's not knocking down no shot, Quick is coming in there. Quick will close.
And Josh Hart. Don't forget Josh Hart.
Josh Hart, like I say because Josh Hart to me is a staple. But Quick, the way Quick is playing, the way Quick is shooting, the way Quick is playmaking and playing defense, I think Quick could end up playing more minutes than RJ in this series.
Look at the way Quickley's playing over these last couple of games while the starters are sitting.
Right.
Even when Brunson was in, he is. This is where the whole. I don't know if you want to get into that whole thing. Because the whole Quickley conversation, I know it's coming from Boston fans who this is the same fan base I told you, CP. I go to the last game up at TD Garden. I have people behind me asking, where is this kid from? And they believe he went to St. John's. So that doesn't surprise me. I know that doesn't encompass all Celtics fans, but I'm just letting you know. They like to watch their own team and nothing else. But yeah, I agree with you that with RJ, getting back to him, Quickley's going to come in. Like I expect Quickley to get a good helping of minutes during the playoffs, just because we're seeing what he does now. Look, third quarter, Knicks are down. He comes back in. We're right back in this thing.
Right back in.
That's just who he is.
Right back in.
Okay, that's how impactful he's been this entire season. Whenever he steps on the court, especially in his bench role, it's like, we need double-digit points. He'll get you that. You need some two-way some good perimeter defense. He'll give you that as well. You need some timely playmaking. He'll also give you that.
Yeah.
He's just been, for the most part, very consistent. Yeah, we all get it. Every player has their nights where they go off and it's just like they make boneheaded decisions. But 90% of the time, Quickley's been on point this season, and I expect him to get a lot of minutes. I don't expect him to get anything less than 28 minutes this against the Cavs. I think you cannot let him sit on the bench that long.
There's no chance.
Because, look, you're gonna have Grimes out there who's gonna guard your best defender or Josh, right? One of those guys has got to be out there.
Yeah.
But quickly you're going to need another player out there who can bring up the ball outside of Jalen, because they're going to try to trap him. Mm-hmm. You're going to need another facilitator. You're going to need another shot creator. That's Quickley. He does both those things very well. So I just don't see how he's going to get less than 28 minutes, man.
He's not.
In this playoffs.
He's not, bro. Quickley and Hart are Thibs guys. This is the playoffs. So this is where Thibs is going to have to figure out how to deploy RJ to, again, play to his strengths. And this is why when we've seen this team at full strength, he has him running with that second unit. And that is going to be the area where RJ has to own, because you may have windows where you won't have the Twin Towers in there together. So he's going to have to figure out, is that the segment or the minutes with that second unit where he'll have his advantages. It may not come with the starting five, but I also think he's not going to be out there with those guys for that many, for long stretches in these games. No. I think that's going to be quick.
Yeah.
Especially closing, especially in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, 100%. There's no way Quickley staying on the bench in the fourth quarter.
Right.
It's just we've just seen that even down unless Quickley is off, then I would expect him not to be out there. And we've seen that too, where Quickley's had an off game. Thibs has gone back to RJ or Grimes. But I expect Quickley it's just so interesting with this situation, because you say RJ's got to own those second unit minutes. And it's going to be an interesting balance, man, because that's going to be Quickley's also part of that show. Yeah. And it'll be an interesting balance. That's all I'm going to say, because it's going to be between both of them figuring out how to balance it out, right? And I guess if I want to compare it, it's compared to the Jalen and Randle thing. How do you figure that out? Because soon as every game starts, it's like, all right, the Randle show. Brunson just knows when to chip in, especially in the first quarter. He knows when to choose his moments, but he lets Randle get going, right? And then the rest of the game, second, third quarter, fourth quarter, Brunson starts to pick things up, because typically Julius isn't that guy in the fourth quarter. They always look to Brunson to close the game.
Right.
How do you work that with a second unit with Quickley and RJ? That is what I will be looking for come playoff time. How are you going to make sure both of those guys get enough touches to get going, to stay engaged? That's what I'm looking for, because second unit minutes, man. Because if Quickley's going to be closing, it'll just be interesting to see where they both choose their spots. Because if you're going to have Quickley closing, I'm expecting Brunson to be running the show for the most part, and choosing who and delegating who's going to take the shots, right? Yeah. He's going to essentially be calling the shots back. All right, Quick, this is going to be for you. All right, Randle, this is going to be for you. You know, they're going to run their sets, go through all the actions, see who's open. That's why on those limited minutes, like those 15, 20 minutes with the second unit, it'll be interesting to see how that works.
Sure. Like I said, I still thought he had strong moments in this game. 28 points, 6 assists. Love when he's passing. I thought he was passing the ball very well tonight. Just couldn't knock it down from the outside. It went 6 of 9 from the free throw line, 11 of 25 from the field, or 11 of 16 from inside the arc. Let's take some calls, and then we'll get into the atrocious Dallas Mavericks in a little while. The joke that keeps on joking. Kaloy84 on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey.
Yep.
CP?
Yep, loud and clear. How you feeling?
Yeah. Kamusta mga tropa? Kosa ko from KnicksFanTV. Ako si JC Juan Carlo. We have come a long way, and I'm going to mention some names, and then it's gonna bring a lot of bad memories.
No. We did that last episode, bro. Let's talk about the game.
Okay, so the game, now the current Knicks squad, we have come a long way, and I want to see more of the Hart Foundation.
Okay.
Hartenstein's becoming one of my favorite with his backdoor passes and rim protections.
For sure.
He's like, if we're talking about the Hart Foundation, he's like Anvil the Night Hart, if you remember this guy. And Josh Hart is Owen Hart. And to keep up with the WWF reference, RJ needs to turn on his inner Hulk Hogan. Right? Because he needs to... Right now, he's not looking like Hulk Hogan. He's looking like Coco Beware or something. He needs to... He's going to contain...
Yo, Coco was nice, man. Coco was nice, man. I appreciate the call, man. Coco was nice. He came out with the bird. Al, that was before your time. That I can say. That was before your time. You don't know about Coco Beware. He came out with the parrot. His parrot name was Frankie. If you know, you know. The true wrestling heads know. My guy Kalo in the chat, he wanted to go down with a history lesson. We can't do that right off the bat with the show. We got to get into the game first. Then we'll flow into, you know, the old stuff. Let's get into the game. Let's get into the game, man.
Get into the game. No more Bamba talks. It's gotta be the game.
We gotta flow into that. We can't just jump right into, you know, whose era. We can't go back into the eras. We did that last week. The last show. Right, TM. Too soon for the off-topic stuff. We gotta get into a little flow first. Hartenstein though, he did bring up Hartenstein.
Yes.
I'm loving the chemistry between Hartenstein and IQ. They're playing very well off of each other, and even McBride and Hartenstein were showing that off. So. Another game you get to see the offense running through him in his minutes. 5 dimes for Hartenstein. And that's it. He shot the ball one time. He's just out there letting it flow. And then Hart was very interesting because, you know, he had 8 points, 6 boards, 2 dimes, 1 of 8 from the field. Him and Ingram were going at it all day. And
did they gap up at the end?
I don't know. I was looking for that. Good point. I was looking for that. But, I mean, they got to be cool. I think it was just, you know, just Warriors going at it. But I love the fact that down the stretch when the Knicks were fighting and trying to come back into that game, that Hart was able to draw that offensive foul on Ingram for using his offhand and smacking him. But he sold it very well. He flopped, but he sold it very well. Yeah. However, because sometimes you're not going to get the call, but it always comes back. Remember earlier in that game, when Ingram smacked Grimes.
Yes.
And They didn't call the travel on Ingram. They called a foul on Grimes, right? They called a foul on Grimes, or they called a foul on the Knicks.
They didn't. So they called initially. They called. I think they called the travel.
Okay,
and then they rescinded the travel, and then it was Pelicans ball again, even though Grimes did get fouled.
Right. So it came back. But I say that to say overall, I liked Hart's hustle in this game, even though it didn't mean anything for the Knicks. I thought they all played hard and with a sense of urgency when they didn't even need to. So good job. I thought Hart kind of led the way in terms of that effort and energy. Even picked himself up a technical foul in this game.
He's got to be careful with that, man.
He's got to be careful with that, man.
Got to be careful with all these texts, all right?
Yeah. You don't want to see that in the playoffs, man. Because he hasn't been to the playoffs, man.
I think he's going to be fine.
Look, it gets scrappy. What if you're not going to get calls, man? You got to be careful, bro. We say that about Julius. Hart is a little bit of a hothead, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If things aren't going his way, he could get hot, man.
For me, though, with Josh Hart, I feel like he's just a gamer. He's just competitive. I think if he knows that going in, it's one thing during the regular season where you can sell, you know you can get some of these calls. You're not getting these calls. I think once he understands that's not going to happen, his physicality will still be there because if he's not getting it, right? If he's not getting those calls, he then knows, okay, I could be just as physical and I know it won't impact my play either. It's different because he plays with such aggression. And then when someone hits him, it's like, yo, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I can't be aggressive, but this other guy can just hit me in the face and everything's cool. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Julius, and the other thing is that Hart is a role player. So the good thing is that we have Grimes in that case.
Mm-hmm.
Julius is a different story. We don't have another Julius.
Yeah. It's true.
If Julius misses a game, it's like, yo, what's happening?
That's right. And speaking of Quentin Grimes, we didn't even get to Quentin Grimes because he quietly shot 4 for 9 from downtown in this game. Continues to hover around 50% from 3. Let's go. It's almost you hope that he can find that rhythm again with a week off.
Yeah.
And then going to Cleveland. Because the way he's shooting, I wish the Knicks would play on Tuesday after the season finale, man. Get right to it. Can't keep Grimes on ice, man. Keep Grimes shooting.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
We got to keep Grimes shooting, man. 4-9 from downtown from Grimes tonight. Good job. Good job by Sims, man. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal Chuck D out. $20 super chat. Everybody throw hashtag PE in the chat. He says, tonight, Han and Wally called RJ's game a weight room game. I think RJ's body to the basket is going to get opposition in foul trouble. This is needed against Cleveland. Trays don't create foul trouble. Great work, Isaiah Bill Walton-Stein. I like that. Bill Walton-Stein. I like that. This is good. That was good, man. Shout out to Ryan Animal Chuck D.
Bill Walton-Stein.
Well, look, we'll see when he's going up against the Twin Towers, attacking that paint. How will he adjust? Is he going to try to force it in there? Or will he look to make that pass? You know, make a hockey assist. Don't just try to jam it in there to be playoff hero. You're gonna have shooters out there. You will have Brunson. You will have Grimes. We'll see what Julius is gonna give him. On other rotations, you'll have Obi. You'll have Quick. You know, look to make the play. That's why, early in this game, he was passing the ball very well in his attacks. And I thought that was encouraging. That's what I want to see. Because the shot, forget about it. Like I said, he could have went 4 for 8 from downtown tonight. And I still wouldn't buy it for the next game. I wouldn't bet on it for the next game, meaning. Prize Picks, on RJ Barrett's props on Prize Picks, 3-point made is the last stat I'm looking at on Prize Picks.
You sure? I don't even think they offer that.
They used to. They used to. Yeah, they used to.
I haven't seen that in a minute.
Yeah.
But yes, I stay far away if I see an RJ prop for threes.
Yeah.
Free throws, though, I'll go for that.
Right. Yeah, last year, his Prize Picks on free throws, those are good money, man. Those are good money. You could cash in on those. Because they used to be around like 4, 5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Those are some good numbers, man.
But for Grimes, dude, I hear you. I hope he can continue this hot shooting. 4 for 9 from downtown is just that's awesome, and he makes it. I think he even got he didn't even come back with until like 4 or 5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah,
I think Thibs was giving him. I know he played 33 minutes, but I also think Thibs was like, we don't really need to win this one. Like I think even though he wanted the win,
yeah,
because if he really wanted the win, Grimes would have been back out there sooner than with 4 or 5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah. Well, I think number one, because RJ, I mean, he's a team high scorer. He's coming back off a long layoff. And like you said, I think, maybe give Grimes a little bit less minutes, let him chill out for a little bit so he doesn't have to, be chasing around Ingram and McCollum all game. Let him relax. Give RJ the time. You had Quick and Hart out there. And you see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
They had a shot. They had ample opportunities. They just could not knock down the timely three. Let's go to Lefty on the Discord. Lefty, are you there? Are you with us 2 nights in a row? Or can you be more consistent than RJ? Let's see.
Yo, what's going on, CP?
Alex. We got him. What's going on,
bro? I think I'm not really mad at the loss tonight. I figured we was gonna drop one of these games. As far as RJ, I liked him tonight. I think he did a little better than the previous games. Driving, he was doing his thing.
Yeah.
But as far as his game, the thing that really frustrates me is I'm a lefty, you know what I mean? And I'm for the lefties. And if you ain't noticed, like the big three is lefties.
Yeah.
RJ, Julius, Brunson. Now you look at the other two, they do their thing. They got a little arsenal, and they got go-to moves.
Who's
and
the
you
other
look
two?
at RJ.
Who's the other
he's
two?
like he's like some Tommy wishy-washy.
No, who's the other two? Who are the other two you're talking about with go-to moves?
As far as Julius and Brunson, it's like we sort of expect them to have them games where they go off.
Okay.
But RJ, he's like sometimes like we seen flashes. I think he needs to like have a little bit more arsenal in his offense because sometimes he looks a little bit stiff, and I think he needs to be a little bit more loose. I think he just needs something, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more spark to give him like more confidence in his game. But I'm not really afraid of RJ. I think he's gonna get that back eventually. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not really mad at the loss tonight.
Okay.
I think it's things we can learn from it. But let's go next, man.
Okay.
I'm ready for the playoffs.
Shout out to Lefty, man. Shout out to Lefty.
All right.
Yeah, I'm ready for the playoffs too, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your boys. KFTV postgame live presented by Manscaped, CP and Alex on the ones and twos. Happy Friday, everybody, man. Hope everybody's enjoying their Friday. Hit that like button, man. We got 1,000 people in here. Let's get those likes up. Hit that thumbs up button, man. Likes are getting a little too low out here, man.
Come on, we're doing our part. Just do your part.
Yeah.
Hit the like button.
Right.
But to Lefty's point, all I'm talking about is this playoffs. I'm not talking about RJ's future. Like, I think RJ with his work ethic will be fine. It's just I'm looking at the now. The now is about to be next week. And we're playing the Cavs.
Yeah.
And I just want to see RJ perform.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's it.
Right. Like, yo, man. That's it. You just want to see him perform. I still think they have enough to beat this team. Like, it's Jalen, Julius, IQ. Jalen, Julius, IQ. Those guys have to perform almost nightly, pretty much nightly, and give me spot performances by the rest. Everybody on the bench is not going to perform well, especially on the road. We know that, right? At home, you're going to expect after IQ, number 7, 8, and 9 to come through with something. Have RJ come through with something, but for the most part, to pick up the offensive workload, Jalen, Julius, IQ have to be the guys to spark this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And defensively, you're gonna have to contain Spider, contain Garland. Don't let a guy like a Chetty Osman go off from downtown because he's done that. You know, IQ's leading the league in bench plus minus. Chetty Osman's like 4th. No sleep. A lot of people are like, oh, he stinks. Okay. He's the typical guy that could kill the Knicks from downtown, like back-to-back threes, and kill the momentum and take the momentum in the game.
We don't have to go. We don't have to go that far back, CP. It happened last season.
There you go. It happened. So, you know, defensively, Rubio, STG Nick, Rubio. Nah, I think we got Rubio, man. IQ's not letting that happen, bro. Oh, IQ's got to be looking at Neto on the bench and take it out on Rubio. You know, him and Neto always have that beef, man.
Yes.
Him and Neto got that beef.
Was it when Neto was on Philly or when he was on Washington?
Wizards.
Okay.
Yeah. They always they always been going back and forth, man. So interesting. Gonna be interesting. I'm very much looking forward to this series.
I'm so happy that the Knicks are starting on the road and not at home.
Yeah. Sure.
Because you know everything that you're talking about would have happened probably game 1 at MSG. Just because everyone gets up to play at MSG. You would have had
Spider in MSG.
It's gonna. That's what I'm saying, man. Knicks win 1 in Cleveland. Changes the whole tone.
I need that.
Changes the whole tone of the series.
I just got tickets for game 2.
Oh, word? You going out to Cleveland?
I will be in the dog pound for game 2.
Okay.
Let's go. Behind the Knicks bench.
Ooh.
Let's
go.
That's a fact. I will.
What are you going to do out in Cleveland?
What's
outside
up?
Watching the game?
Bro, I'm getting in and I'm getting out. Nothing. I have no plans. A touchdown, drop my bag off, we're working on the venue for the meetup, get to the meetup, get to the stadium, get up out of there and get to postgame. There's nothing in between.
Oh, wow.
There's nothing in between. There's no sightseeing. Oh, I got to go. No. Hotel, venue, hotel, out of there, back to New York.
I can tell you grew up with the 90s Knicks. This is just
business.
Pat Riley, Jeff Van Gundy, Tom Thibodeau, business.
Laser focused. No time for the theatrics. I don't need to eat food. You know, what's the best food? No. I'm in there. I'm out of there.
And this is why you want Tom Thibodeau and this Knicks team on the road.
Yeah.
Focus.
I'm locked in, man. We did sell out. The suite sold out. Game 3 sold out in the day. So yeah, people were not playing around with that. We couldn't even get another one because the demand has been so high. Usually we get 2. We get 2 suites. You can only get 1. 50 people sold out in a day. So shout out to everybody who copped. What else do I got for the people? Moves are being made, man. Moves are being made. You know, playoff tees are coming. Playoff teams will be live on the store either hopefully by Monday. But look out for that announcement. And yeah, man, we're getting ready. Slowly getting ready. We'll have an announcement on the opening, the game 1 festivities. You know, we got to get back to a certain place. Place that we popped off for opening night, if you know what I mean. It's going down once again. All right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were looking for the sequel all season. CP, we got to get back to 40-40. We got to get back to 40-40. So not so fast. 40-40 is only for the special occasions, right? We don't want to water it down. You know, that's headquarters. But for the special occasions, all right. So yeah, we are crossing T's, dotting the I's on that. Announcement will come on that, hopefully by Monday as well. So look out for that. But yeah, we're back. We're back.
Woo!
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yep. It's happening, man. Let's go to the phones, man. Area code 917-428. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? This is James, New York.
James, how you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. I came across you from the Star Report. Respect what you're doing, man.
Shout out to the hater, the ultimate Knicks hater. And shout out to Star, man, because Star said for like the last 15 years he's been banned from MSG, but he got a call from MSG security.
Yeah, I know about it.
Yeah,
I know about it.
Say that he's allowed back in. So I guess they finally deleted his facial recognition profile. So Star is welcome back, man. Shout out to Star, man. I got to catch up on last night's episode.
For real. Yeah, I had 2 points, actually. The first one was I think Knicks fans got to rejoice for a second because tonight showed something. Tonight showed that there was a culture tonight.
Yeah.
And I think one of the most undermentioned things about the upcoming series with the Cavs is one huge advantage that we have, which is on the sidelines. And tonight,
who would that be?
And tonight, Tom Thibodeau showed, I think, all of us that this team is used to competing. Like it's just in the DNA. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't expect tonight. Like, we lost, whatever. We could talk about RJ. We could talk about whatever happened. But at the bottom line is they faced a team that came to win, and they competed, shorthanded or whatever. And it was just natural. Like, they just played basketball. And that to me is a huge sign going into the playoffs. And again, I'll repeat it. Like, nobody's talking about our sideline because we're supposed to outcoach JB Bickerstaff. We're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And Thibs is on the hot seat as much as anybody else. So I'm pleased with tonight, the fact that they just came in here and played a team, in go mode, and they competed with them toe to toe. And I think that's a really, really big omen going into the playoffs.
True story, man. Good call. Everybody in the chat, man, rate that call in the chat, man. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Al's throwing his 5s up, throwing a 5 up there. I like that. He wasn't afraid to step out on a limb and give credit to Thibs.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the call. Call back anytime, man.
Absolutely.
Wasn't afraid of the fire, Al.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
How can you deny what Thibs has done for this team? Look, we all have criticisms of his coaching, but you have to put respect on his name when it comes to 2 out of the 3 seasons. He have not had to go through the play-in. Fourth in the Eastern Conference his first year, 5th in the Eastern Conference in the 3rd season.
Yeah.
That's just impressive, man.
Got to put some respect in his name, man. Talk
about creating a culture. I like that point because, like we talked about at the beginning of the show, the Pelicans are playing for something.
Yep.
Knicks are out here just like they're competing left and right. They have no reason to win this game right now. It's not going to change anything except boost up the record, right? That's all it's going to do at this point. But yet they went out with their 2nd and 3rd stringers and competed down to the wire against the Pelicans starters. Keep that in mind.
True. Good point.
Who was the only starter that we had out there? RJ Barrett.
Yeah.
And this team went out there and competed.
True story.
If that doesn't say anything about this team and the talent on this team, I don't know what does.
Thibs on Josh Hart diving for a loose ball in a meaningless game. Hart did dive for a loose ball and saved it. That was part of the late 3rd quarter run that Quickley and those guys sparked. Thibodeau said, everything means something. Either you're getting better or you're getting worse. Culture, man. No, in all seriousness, though, yeah, I mean, it's like I said, after like the first 5 minutes of the game, not game minutes, but like when the game first started, I was like, okay, they're starting to play. Because Pelicans shot out, they got out to an early lead and kind of seemed like the Knicks didn't match that energy, but that changed pretty fast. Changed pretty fast. And then once they did, That's when I sat down like, okay, now this game's very interesting. And then, went into the half tied up. And even when the Pelicans went out and they went out to like a 12-6 lead in the third, and IQ makes his charge. Fourth quarter, same way as you said, Trey Murphy's going off, and Herb Jones, Ingram, those guys, even McCollum had a good game. But then they would come back again, and RJ and Quick and Grimes was knocking down his shot. So give them credit, man. Give them credit.
Gotcha.
They were locked in. They were playing together, and they competed against a team that had a lot more on the line than they did, and had a good chance. Down to 1 minute left in the fourth, had a good chance to win it.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm looking. Yeah, down to a minute.
Yeah.
109-105 with a minute 2 left.
Down to a minute, man. Down to a minute.
Ooh. All 4 quarters?
Yeah.
All 4 quarters. No rest.
None, man.
I love it, man. That's why when it comes to me being confident, and this is not to say we're going to win the first round. It's just a different feeling than 2 seasons ago. And we went through all the roster changes from point guard to our bench units. And you look at this talent on this team, man. It is just the fact that they're even competing at this level with a team that, like I said, has all of their starters. The future is bright for this Knicks team.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff by them. And so as James speaks on this budding and developing and cohesive Knicks culture, let's go down to Dallas, shall we?
Oh,
the gift that keeps on giving.
The lack of.
The joke that keeps on joking. The choke that keeps on choking. Okay, so as we talked about with these Mavs, they owe us a pick from the KP trade. Just to refresh people's memory. That pick is the top 10 lottery protected pick. The Mavs coming into today had that pick at 11th. However, they were still in play-in contention. They were still in the running to make the playoffs. And it was noted yesterday, because the Mavs were playing the Bulls. It was noted yesterday that the Bulls were were considering resting their stars. DeRozan, Levine, I believe there was somebody else. Vucevic did play in this game. Now, this afternoon, or Friday afternoon rather, the Mavs PR released the most dastardly tweet in NBA history, in all of PR, that said they were not only resting Kyrie, who else did it say on that list? They were resting Josh Green for rest. Okay, they put Josh Green is not playing in this game. They had Josh Green on load management. And a number of other guys. I think Christian Wood was on that list. A number of guys. And so, but they said Luka Doncic would play. Then later on that same Friday, Jason Kidd says Luka Doncic will play the first quarter and then they would sit him for the rest of the season. A full-blown admitted tank, ladies and gentlemen, when this team has something to play for. Nasty work, STM says in the chat. Nasty work. These guys admitted to the tank. When they were when they were fighting for a playoff spot. They were there. They weren't even eliminated. With this, one of the best superstars in the game. A top 5 player in the game. Unbelievable. Listen to what Jason Kidd said when he was asked about the decision, which obviously came from Mark Cuban. Here it is.
I like that he's wearing a backwards cap.
Yeah, it's Jason Kidd. He's cool like that. You know, he's that as a Jason Kidd. All right, here we go.
Do you agree with the decision?
Yes, those are my bosses, so yes.
Do you agree with the decision?
Yes, those are my bosses, so yes.
Ooh. Those are my bosses, he says. Woo.
Talk about airing out Mark Cuban.
Yeah. Unreal, man.
Mark Cuban said, I want my draft pick with the best odds.
Yeah. He said, forget the Knicks.
He must have tuned in, CP.
Yeah.
To us bashing him.
Roasting him.
And he was like, I can't have this go on any longer.
Yeah.
Can't have KnicksFanTV making me look like a fool. But by the way, getting back to the tweet, this is who sat out today, courtesy of Tim Bontemps. Kyrie Irving,
yes.
Josh Green, Christian Wood, Maxi Kleber, Tim Hardaway Jr.
They put Josh Green as resting, is out of the game for rest. Josh Green for rest. Boy, when Adam Silver saw that one, boy, what do you think Adam Silver was doing when he read that one? They put Josh Green on load management.
What will Adam Silver do? That's my question. Because he's been trying to stop tanking in this league for so long now.
Yeah.
And now you have an owner, which has just been confirmed by your head coach, by the way, saying that I'm going to do whatever my boss tells me to do, which is sit all these guys. And we know what's happening. It's plain as day. So what will Adam Silver do now? Because the whole point of the play-in tournament, all of these things that he's trying to do to the league is to curtail every other team or every team the incentive, or just ruin the incentive, I should say, of tanking.
Yeah.
What will he do now?
Well, there's only one thing to do. Is if they land on 10th, they forfeit the pick and give it to the Knicks. Nah, I don't know.
It should go that way.
You're absolutely right, though, because that was what something like the play-in tournament was supposed to avoid. And last year, you had such a good play-in tournament. Everybody's like, oh, man, this is a great idea. This is definitely going to prevent tanking. You got these guys competing, and the Pelicans are the darling of the play-in. And now you have this. A team who was not even eliminated had a legit shot against a Bulls team that wasn't even playing their guys. And then
that didn't need to, by the way.
Right. And then you finish in San Antonio, arguably the worst team in the league. You could have made it. You could have made it, and they decided to supercharge the tank. And Jason Kidd, before he said, well, this is my boss's, this is their decision, he says, we were fighting for our lives and understanding this is a situation we're in, but the organization has made the decision to change. Wow. Talk about putting your coach in a tough spot. Wow. Unreal, bro. You say it again?
No. Go ahead.
No, I said, but nevertheless, there was a game to be played. And I say, you know what? I'm not giving up hope because in Frank, we trust. And Luka Doncic went out there, did his first quarter thing, did his acrobatics, and left it to Frank and Theo Pinson and those guys to deliver. And it came down to a final shot. And look at this replay of Mark Cuban, because he is an owner, a governor these days, but he's a good actor as well. Look at this last shot. Theo Pinson misses the three, and you got Mark Cuban next to Kyrie. Look at his fake frustration. Oh my God, I can't believe Theo Pinson missed a 30-footer. I can't believe the guy that I've been paying on the bench to be a cheerleader all year missed a 30-footer. Oh my goodness, I'm so frustrated. Where was Josh Green where we needed him? Where was our superstar, Luka Doncic, who we sat after the first quarter in front of our home crowd? No shame, bro. No shame.
As Frank Sandberg said in the chat, it is a disgrace. This is a disgrace. First of all, at least if you're going to sit everybody, like, we know this. You're not hiding anything. You're not hiding anything.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're just own up to it.
Yeah.
At least have the pride at this point. Although there must not be any, because you're now, like we discussed on the last show, you're blaming Brunson's parents, the agent, everything else because he's not an adult and can't make his own decision. Regardless, if he had his parents involved, his agent involved, you still take advice from anyone in your circle. But now you're going to go attack everybody else because you're upset that you had to go wet the guy you could have paid $55 million an extension, and then what you send all your assets to go get Kyrie Irving on a half-year rental.
Oh my goodness! Oh
just
man,
own it, man.
You can't
Just
make it up. You can't make it up, man.
Stop with the acting, okay? We could have won if it was for this last shot. You benched Luka after the first quarter. What are we doing, man?
Against the Bulls team for the season. They benched Luka for the season, so he's not even going to square up against San Antonio. And, of course, they didn't make him available to the media for an interview. I got to wonder what he's thinking about all this. Obviously what the commissioner is thinking about all this. And this is why I can't take stock. It's not to say like a team like this could win but like the whole in-season tournament thing, right? Like, let's say that happened this year, and you had the Dallas team who in the first half of the season is looking pretty damn good, right? Am I really going to care? Is it really going to matter in a situation like this that the Dallas Mavericks won, the Little Debbie's in-season tournament and then flame out like this and don't make the playoffs? Like, what is that in-season tournament even worth? I'm thinking very far down the road, but I just look at scenarios like this. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta get to Little Debbie's.
I don't know. I just like to throw out random corporations. But I'll say this. I will say this. We're speaking on it from the Knicks standpoint because selfishly as a Knicks fan, I want to see the Knicks jump into the playoffs and have a top 11, top 12 pick in what's a respectable or good draft. Cuban did the right thing. In the grand scheme of thing, and people say it's shameful, it's disgrace. He did the right thing. Because if this was the Knicks, I'd say they should be doing this.
100%.
1,000%. He did the right thing, bro.
I get that, but the thing is that you also have a superstar in your hands who you extended. He wants to compete. What are you doing now?
Yeah.
This is where in for the battle, yes. Will he win the war though, which is keeping Luka happy, creating a competitive team that he'll want to stay there, right? Because he's thinking, oh, I got my next like Dirk, right? I got the next Dirk who's going to be loyal, stay here. We're going to have many competitive years to look forward to. If you're a Luka and you're seeing what is the incentive to stay? If you lose Kyrie this offseason and you're looking at the rest of the roster, you don't got draft picks to really trade to build on. What's next?
Yeah.
What's next? And so Cuban could get a top 10 draft pick, right? Let's say he gets the 10th. Is that guy going to be the next Luka? If Luka says, hey, I want out? Because in those trades, you're usually not getting another superstar. You're just getting a bunch of other assets, usually a lot of role players. Maybe you do get a player that could turn out to be a Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah.
But is Lauri Markkanen still the guy that you're saying, okay, cool, we got him. Now we can look for the future and we got this. We got our superstar in-house that's going to take us all the way. No, but you look at Lauri and say, okay, we got a building block here. Now we got to get the next guy in here.
Right.
How do we get that guy in here? And so for Dallas, you lose Luka, unless you're getting some, like you would get some good draft capital and stuff like that. But the return is if Luka goes to a good team and you're getting that good team's draft capital, it's not going to be lottery, most likely. So
no man's land, bro.
So what you're doing now is just putting yourself, as you said, in no man's land.
No man's land.
So, as I said, he could, if he gets it, if they get a top 10 and can retain their pick, they won the battle. But will they have won the war of keeping Luka Doncic happy?
No. No chance. No chance. But we'll see what happens. The pick is still not in the clear. That pick could still drop to 11th or 12th, whether it's where they finish this season or even in the lottery. So, we go through this to kick them while they're down.
Please.
But yeah, pick could still end up with the Knicks, man. So stay tuned as the saga continues. We'll get back to our 3-part miniseries on Sunday and in the season finale. Stay tuned for As the World Turns.
Why does it feel like I'm watching
Dallas Mav Knicks edition?
Why are you saying the next series like I'm watching Dragon Ball Z?
We just go through 20 minutes. We just turned this into a miniseries, man. You had the Brunson stuff, now the tank, and then Sunday it'll be what happens. Did Frank Ntilikina save the Knicks draft? The ultimate storyline in what is a lackluster final 3 games for the Knicks. I love it.
Oh, man.
I love it. It keeps us engaged. We got something to talk about. Chad is talking about it. I like it.
Yeah. Good. It's like I said, man, it's like our Dragon Ball Z series. You just go through 22 minutes. You go through 22 minutes of just guys going through history, flashbacks. No one's fighting yet.
Yeah.
It's just intense staring at one another. And then, we'll see what happens in the next episode.
In the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Toonami.
As TM said in the chat. Let's take a look at this game by the numbers, man. By the numbers presented by Prize Picks. What do we want to look at here? Knicks shot 43% from the field. You had 32% from 3. So obviously wasn't the best. I think RJ's 0 for 9 certainly contributed to that. But, 75% from the free throw line. They did lose a rebounding battle, which you expected without Mitch and some of their top rebounders. They did lose a free rebounding battle, 43-37. 19 assists for the Knicks, to 27 for the Pelicans. 7 blocks for the Pelicans, to 2 for the Knicks. 10 turnovers for the Knicks, leading to 14 Pelicans points. But they did force 12 on their own and score 22 off of that. 15 fast break points for the Knicks, to 12 for the Pelicans. And also, as you expected, they did lose the points in the paint battle, 46-60. Any stats jump out at you tonight, man?
The 19 assists, it's very low considering what we're used to the last couple of games from the second and third units.
Mm-hmm.
We were used to getting up there in the 30s. I just like to, I like to see the ball movement be better, but it also comes down to players knocking down their shots as well. So I'll take it for a grain of salt, considering what this game means in the whole grand scheme of everything. If you did remove RJ's 9 attempts, Knicks would have shot 41% from 3.
There you go. Yeah.
So,
okay.
That's nothing really more to take away from this. Obviously, the points of the paint is down because you don't have Mitchell Robinson out there. But I thought overall, man, this, looking at the team stats, it's just I'm actually impressed for how competitive it was outside of what the Knicks have been on the norm for, being able to attack in the paint.
Yeah.
That's I guess the more impressive part.
True indeed, man. And as we say, as usual, ladies and gentlemen, By the Numbers is presented by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is daily fantasy sports made easy. Try a look at Prize Picks, ladies and gentlemen at home, man. Go to prizepicks.com and use promo code KFTV for an instant deposit match of up to $100. And how you play Prize Picks, it's very easy. You're just going to, once again, sign up with promo code KFTV, and then you're going to pick between 2 to 6 players. You can mix and match sports, MLB, NBA, NHL, and then you're just going to predict whether or not those players will do more or less than the given stat projection that Prize Picks has outlined for the night. They also have the Masters as well, so you can definitely get in on that. Now, here's where I went tonight on tonight's list of Prize Picks. I went with Obi Toppin now. Obviously, Obi trending upwards in his last couple of games. I went with Obi Toppin with more than 18.5 points. Pelicans in their last 7 games have been giving up about 25 points per game on average to power forwards. So I liked Obi in this matchup. Wasn't as aggressive as in the past games. I thought he still had some highlight moments here. Didn't really get the ball as much. Obviously, with RJ being in the game and taking a lot more shots, that was going to limit Obi there. But he also didn't play as much in the second half either. So he finished with 10 points. So I fell short on that one. Now, I also took Jalen Green. And Jalen Green with more than 24.5 points against the Charlotte Hornets. He did hit that. I took Killian Hayes. Yeah, I took Killian Hayes. The sheet, tonight's sheet was looking kind of bleak. I mean, you had your bronze in the 80s. You could have went that way as well. But I went with Killian Hayes tonight, man. With Killian Hayes with more than 13 points. The Indiana Pacers gave up a ton of points to opposing point guards. Obviously, with no Halliburton, I thought this was an opportunity for Killian Hayes in a nothing game to put some points on the board, and he did. Finished with 28 points tonight, so pretty much more than doubled his projection by Prize Picks. I took Mikal Bridges with more than 1.5 turnovers. Al, I played the turnover stat tonight, and I hit that.
Wow.
I hit that. Yeah, Mikal Bridges.
We are really going to the weeds for Prize Picks tonight.
Yes, but he, obviously with having more responsibility, he's got the ball in his hands. He has been turning the ball over quite a bit in his last 5 games. So I did hit that. He had 3 turnovers in this game. So he did hit the over there with 3 turnovers. And then the last one I have is Steph Curry with more than 4.5 threes. Warriors taking on the Sacramento Kings. Let's see where that game is, because right now he has 3. He has 3 threes in this game. This game is... Where's the game? Oh, I had the wrong box score here. Hang on. Oh, 3 minutes left in the 4th. Warriors up by a ton. I don't think he's going to get that. This looks like scrub time because they're up by 23. So that looks like scrub time. So I might not hit that. So overall, I have a potential to go 4 or 5, but most likely 3 or 5 tonight. How you looking?
So Prize Picks now gives you fourth quarter selections. So I decided to go that way just to test the waters to see how it was looking.
Okay.
I'll get to those last though because it's very interesting what happened. So I took Klay Thompson to get more than 21.5 points. He's already surpassed that with 29, so I'll hit on that. I took LeBron James to have less than 41 points, rebounds, and assists. Since he's come back, he hasn't really been exceeding the points, rebounds, and assists. And I think it's just gearing up, getting back into rhythm. So I took less than. I then took Quentin Grimes. This is where all my fourth quarter stuff now comes in.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh, these are very low. And I'm thinking off of, all right, well, I know what these guys have done in the past. Let's see what happens. I took Quentin Grimes for more than 3.5 points in the fourth quarter. Got 0. So I didn't hit on that. Now, I took Obi Toppin in the fourth quarter. I don't even know the points anymore because he did not play. And for Prize Picks, if they do not play, don't count. Okay. I also then took John Morant in the fourth quarter. This one I remember. He had 6.5. He had 6.5 points. He did not play.
Wow. It's hard to call it near these end of the season games.
But he played. He did play this game. He played 24 minutes. What happened is that Memphis was just so far out in front. They were like, we're just going to rest you in the fourth quarter. Because he was playing. He played 24 minutes tonight. Didn't need to come into the fourth.
There you go.
So go 2 for 3.
All right.
The way Prize Picks works.
All right, 2 for 3. There it is, man. So for those of you at home, once again, play to win or play responsibly. Go to prizepicks.com. Use promo code KFTV for an instant deposit match of up to $100. Okay. Shout out to Sim, Al. Sim, new channel member. Shout out to Sim. Welcome to the franchise channel memberships. Nate from Rochester. Nate, how you feeling, bro?
What's up, CP? What's up, Alex? How y'all feeling?
Good, man. How you feeling?
What up?
I'm all right, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Frank, Tim, Theo, Reggie.
Yeah.
They let me down again, so,
Yeah.
It's like good old times.
It's just like the old days. It's just like the old days with the Knicks.
Hey man, shout out to Maurice Indoor who cost us the first pick in the 2015, man.
That's it, man. Yeah.
But yeah, on the game.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not really too concerned about the outcome,
Mm-hmm.
even like how most of the players played.
Mm-hmm.
And I know RJ bricked all them threes, but the thing is, like, when we get to the playoffs, if RJ is missing the shots, he's just gonna get benched.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
it's like that is we have options.
You got options, man.
And it's not like a situation with like in 2021 where Julius was,
Right.
you know, not producing, but we didn't have a second option to go to, or you know, like another like lineup we could throw at them. It's like, you know, you could point to like maybe Thibs didn't adjust in that series, but what did he have to adjust to? We didn't have talent on that team.
Mm-hmm.
And this year we got a lot of guys that can do some stuff. And you know, as far as like the rest of the season goes, like let's try not to take so much you know, conclusions from it. Like Obi dropping 35 and 38 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
now
not
they tell
probably
you
gonna happen in the
Julius.
playoffs. Like you saw how the Pelicans like kind of slowed that down. He was still effective, I think, but it's not gonna be to like the extent, you know. So you know, I'm confident going in to the series, but you know, it's like I'm not freaking out. You know, I think we have moves we can make, and that's really all I have for you.
We got options, man. IQ. That's the guy. Appreciate the call, man. That's the guy, man. 917, area code 917-386. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Yo, it's JJ from Brooklyn. What's good, fellas?
Right on cue. Right on cue.
Right on cue. Yeah.
Right on cue.
No, first, man. Stop. Man, but I'm so frustrated over that Mavs game, man. It's funny because Hardy, he hits a three to end the half from half court. So, of course, he might get that, so he doesn't play the whole second half. It's a joke, but it's all good.
They try to.
It's all good.
I mean, who else
karma.
did they have playing? Did they bring Michael Finley back? Who was playing out there? I heard Markieff Morris got benched too.
Yo, they had some guy named AJ Boston taking the final three in the final seconds, Pinson. Like, that's an epic paint job right there.
They said,
like,
Theo, give us a 30-footer in front of our home crowd, man, who we charged to watch this. Did they give the people their money back? That's one thing. I understand Cuban is in the right for doing that, but they should have gave those people their money back tonight.
For
Facts.
Real. No, it was Slovenian night. They're gonna bench. Come on, man.
Wow.
That'll get karma, man. Watch them get karma and have that pick 4 to 11. That would be amazing. You know, but yeah, man. I mean, it was a good game, man. You know, to battle versus a team that had everything to play for.
Yeah.
Let me get to RJ.
Okay.
RJ was amazing at the rim tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Absolutely. He made some beautiful passes. Here comes the but.
Yes.
You know the threes, 0 for 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
The defense, he was losing Trey Murphy a lot from the corner threes.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is, it's not hate. This is just matchups versus Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody could tell me that we wouldn't be better off starting Quickley at the 2 and then moving Grimes to the 3. And let me explain why real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because when you have RJ and Brunson out there, especially versus a team like Cleveland, you have two liabilities defensively.
Mm-hmm.
My problem with Quickley playing the 2, starting at the 2, is most teams have 6'6", 6'7" shooting guards.
Mm-hmm.
The Cavs don't.
Mm-hmm.
Garland and Mitchell are both small.
Mm-hmm.
Quickley has more size and more length than both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So you have another defender out there, and then you can hide a Brunson on an Okoro. He's not a guy even with the mismatch, with the height difference, who's going to demand the ball and go for 25.
Mm-hmm.
So if you put Quickley out there for RJ, you've got another shot maker,
Mm-hmm.
and you have another defender that could defend a Mitchell and a Garland.
Mm-hmm.
And because RJ, again, he was great at the rim tonight, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's versus Valanciunas. He's not a rim protector. I don't think RJ, you know, is going to be finishing great at the rim versus Allen and Mobley. Those are two twin towers down low.
Yeah, but
I just think I'm starting Quickly.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not gonna make a difference, bro. Like, look at how you have to look at how the minutes are distributed. Quickley's still gonna get ample minutes. He may even play more than RJ, and he's gonna close in those situations. I'm not worried about Quickley's minutes whatsoever. he's going to get those opportunities, man. He's gonna play, and his role to me is going to be more important than RJ's role. I'm not worried about that. Quick is still gonna get his lion's share of minutes, man.
For sure. And the other thing too is I worry about if you did start Quickley, what does that bench look like? Because he's the playmaker, the initiator, all
Facts.
those things. And this is like, I get that idea, but then you're kind of leaving your bench out to dry. So who's going to be the initiator for that second unit?
Right.
You're fine the way it is. Quickly's still going to close. What's more important is not who starts. It's more important who closes the game. Like, obviously it's important it's important how you start the game, but like those final minutes, that's where it's going to come down to.
I could see I could see making that argument, like if the Knicks don't have options, like if they're a slow starting team, they were number 10 in the league in first quarter points. A lot of that was Julius, but they also got Brunson, man. I'm not worried about starting slow. Now, yeah, defensively, how's that going to look? Well, if it's LeVert, RJ's got to cover LeVert. If it's Okoro, RJ's got to cover Okoro. You're not putting him on Garland, and Grimes is covering Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? Grimes is going to cover Mitchell.
If anything, RJ covering Okoro would be favorable to him because he's not that good of a 3-point shooter. So he could actually sag off, right? Protect the paint. And I know Okoro had the game-winning shot against the Nets, but I'll gladly take that 9 out of 10. I'll gladly take letting him allow to shoot that shot 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
Because I know he's going to miss most of them. Like,
yeah,
I don't see the need to change the rotation. It's gotten you to this point.
RJ's not even the biggest factor in this series anymore, bro. That has moved back to Julius, man. Don't forget. And I'm not making excuses for RJ. Julius's health, his rhythm, his groove, his conditioning, his preparedness, that is going to be the bigger fish to fry, the bigger thing to be concerned about than RJ.
He still has demons. to erase.
Right. To me, that is the biggest X factor. It's now moved to him because he's out, man. He's out for this long. He still has to exercise those demons. And you just don't know what you're going to get back. Or when he's going to come back. I think he'll be ready for game one. But you just don't know. But you need him to be good to win the series.
You think Julius has the most pressure between him and RJ?
Definitely. Definitely.
I think Julius has pressure. I still think it's RJ though, as I said on the last show. I think it's RJ just because his position is so coveted in the league that you need a solid wing player. And with this up and down season, with the front office including him in a deal, for Donovan Mitchell, I think they're looking at him saying, "Hey, Isher, get off the pot. Like, what are you going to do this playoff series?"
Yeah.
Because we are going to be making decisions this offseason, and either you're going to be a contributing factor to what we're doing or not. The way I look at it for Julius is that he does have demons to erase. But even after this season, I don't see him getting moved or anything like that.
Nah, I don't see it.
That's why, for me, it's like, what's the ramification for Julius if he doesn't perform well this season? Other than, all right, we know that during the regular season,
it's another
he can get you
playoff
there.
choke. That's your all-star. And the questions it will be, can he get it done at the next stage?
No, absolutely. That I get. My thing is like, does he become a Chris Middleton, right? Where like Chris Middleton will show up some games if he's on the right team, second, third option, whatever you want to consider Chris Middleton on the Bucks. You know, they had a whole meme. It's like, all right, what part of the clock are we on now? Is Chris Middleton showing up? Is he gonna be gone? Is he gonna show up? Is he gonna be gone? It just completely vanish. Like Julius could be that. The question is he able to be that on the Knicks? Because if he can still get you that performance during the regular season, you need it to get you there. That's where it's like,
nah.
For me, that's why I look at RJ.
Because he's still the guy, man, or the second guy. What do you want to call him? 1A, 1B, whatever it is. Like, he's gonna have to come up big for them to win. That's just because he's gonna have more responsibility, bro. He's gonna have more responsibility. But I think he's the biggest wild card because you don't know what type of health he's in. You know.
That I agree with.
Right? Because
I agree with.
Because the thing is that with Brunson missing the time, I can trust or I have confidence that him missing the time plus the week off, he'll pick things up from game one and be ready. With Julius, what can we lean on? You know what I mean? We've seen time and time again in the regular season that when Brunson misses time and he comes back, he's back. We don't know what to expect from Julius, man.
Absolutely. And I'm not trying to diminish that he has no pressure. I'm just like I'm just putting RJ in front of Julius. Julius has a lot of pressure. Like I said, he has to get rid of those demons, man. He has to show that he can show up and perform 100%. I'm just looking at it as like, what is your ramification, right? He's probably like we already seen RJ included in the deal.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Is that if you want to be a Knick, then you got to show up. For Randle, we've seen even through last season. It's like, all right,
he's here. He's here.
It's here.
The whole Randle Obi debate. It's gonna be him winning out. I think Obi's a goner between either this offseason trade deadline or the following offseason. I think he's gonna be gone. I think Randle ends up winning that out.
I wouldn't disagree with that. As much as I like Obi, I wouldn't disagree with that just because of what the front office has shown us up until this point. But yeah, man, it'll be interesting. It'll be this playoffs. Although that's what we talked about this too. Like, will he show up? Because there was like last season he came out back from health and safety protocol, balled out, missed time, got hurt after Elfrid Payton hit him in the thigh. Yeah, it was like, yo, oof. This is rough.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll all be interesting, man. I hope he's ready to go. Part of me feels like he's gonna be playing at 75%, and I don't know what adjustment he's gonna make to his game to still be effective. Because if you're not, because that's the key. He's not gonna be 100%. If he is, that's impressive. If he's playing at 75%. The IQ level of the game needs to take a step up because he will need to recognize double teams faster, move the ball out of his hands, get it back to Brunson or whoever's near him, because they're going to test and see if that ankle is healthy. They're going to force him to either make a move or to react to what the defense is showing him. And if he can just calmly make the right decision, things will be good. But if he starts to get frustrated, irritated that he can't be the bruiser that he is, that's going to be the testament. Can you stay cool knowing that you're not playing at 100%?
True story, man. True story. Let's get to our closer for the night, man. Now, this guy didn't play tonight. So I'm very interested in hearing from our guy. Cody Glock. Cody, how you feeling, man? Close the show, man. You close it tonight, man. Make it good.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, let me get this out the way, man. Shout out Manscaped, man. I averaged zero turnovers with Manscaped.
Yep.
Other night, my girl gave me the Gumby, man. All right, look, boom. So, boom, man. I'm a straightforward, bro. You doing a nice Jalen Brunson style Isaiah Thomas style in 2017, hiding on the defense for RJ right there, CP, man. I know you said Julius got more pressure on him.
Yeah.
It's no way, bro. It's no way, bro. RJ Barrett has the most pressure on him, bro.
Not at all.
Like this right now, his season was most up and down I've seen him play. He ain't changed since Duke. It's either you put the ball in his hand, he'll take you there, or he'll bum it. Julius, he was an all-star again this year. Mm-hmm. He did his thing. Yeah, he got to show up in the playoffs. Of course, he got to show. But he has his guy JB, so he could be comfortable.
Okay.
RJ has nobody, bro.
What do you
RJ
mean?
has his starts,
Is this not
bro.
a team game or not, man?
It's definitely a team game, bro. But listen, like, yo, bro. 3-and-D, right?
Yeah.
Is either you're a good 3-point shooter who can't play defense, or a good defender that can't really shoot like that. RJ can't do none of that, bro. Okay. He can't shoot the 3. He can't play defense to save his life, right? All he could do is give me the ball. I'm going to try to make something happen. If I don't make something happen, then boo-hoo. I've never seen a more I don't care 28 points than this. Like,
I don't know what you're watching.
Score.
I don't know what you're watching, man. I don't know what you're watching.
No, for real. 28 points it's a hard thing to get 28 points in the NBA because there's talent in the NBA. It's a hard thing to do that. But at the same time, right? You have Obi dropping 38. He proved himself that game. You have Quick. He's always proven himself dropping a 40-piece. Okay. Tonight was RJ's night to, let me see if I can get this win, a 48-49 type. They're playing for nothing, of course, but let me see
and he
if
went
I
11 for 26 from inside the arc with 6 dimes and 7 boards. What are we talking about here? Because he's not Klay Thompson? Come on, man. You gotta wake up, man. The playoffs is where your stars become stars. Jalen's ready to go. Julius has to be ready to go. Don't make excuses for him. As you said, he made the all-star team. So then your all-star is going to need to perform. I'm not making excuses for RJ, but he's like 3rd, 4th on the pecking order right now. Because I'll tell you one thing, if the Knicks win this series and Quickley's a big factor in it, nobody's even going to be worried about RJ. We on round 2, man. Go ahead, your thoughts.
RJ is out of here, man. RJ is out of here, bro. I'm telling you this right now. If he does not show the Knicks in the playoffs why they took him 3rd, and they could have took Darius Garland, if they don't show him, if RJ doesn't do something, man, Michael Doliak, man, get out of here, RJ, man.
Oh my God.
Yo, shout out Nikki Pipes, shout out CP Free Throws, shout out everybody. Yo, BK Ray, I see you, baby. I always come through for you, baby. You're my life's charm, man. Come on, man. Shout out Mitchie, man.
What just happened?
I don't know, man. I think these guys, there's just way too much focus on RJ, man. It's way too much, man. Way too much. Way too much. He's having an inconsistent up and down year. It is what it is. We're in the playoffs now, man. Like, the time to be like, well, RJ, we're in the playoffs, man. It's Thibs' responsibility to get him going in the playoffs. Right? He's not going to turn into a superstar overnight. It just changed. He is what he is right now. He's struggling to shoot. He can score inside. So that's what I wanted to see him doing in his minutes. And and making plays, pass the ball, and play some defense. Like everybody, belly aching. Look, one thing's for sure, 2 things for certain. He's going to start. He's going to get his minutes. So while he's out there, he's got to produce. If he's not producing, he's going to be on the bench and quickly he's going to be out there. It's not that difficult. The team won 46 games going at this pace. It's Jalen, it's Julius, it's Quick, and RJ's got to find his way in between there. He's not going to be the number one guy for this team in the playoffs. He's not going to be a superstar in the NBA. That's it. Get over it, man. Like, fans cannot get over it. He's on the team for right now. But the idea that because he missed his 9 3-pointers and everything else goes out the window. Like, come on, man. Fans are still like, he's a number 3 pick. He is what he is right now. He is what he is right now. And he's going into playoffs like that. He's inconsistent. He's trying to find his consistency. He shot 31% from 3 this year. His shot's not going to be there. Like I said, he could have went 4 of 8 from downtown tonight. It wouldn't have mattered. Because you don't know what you're going to get from him every night. You understand what I'm saying now?
Shout out to Nicky Pipes, man. Nah, I hear what you're saying.
Like what I'm saying, I just feel like it's a counterproductive waste of time to come on here and complain and complain and complain. We're going into the playoffs, man. When the playoffs is over, you guys want to talk about trade scenarios for RJ to the cows come home? We could do that. This is the scenario. This is the team. This is the team you're going to war with. With number 9 in the middle of it. He's starting. No, Quickley's not starting for him. This is the team. So they have to figure out how to win with the team. The constant belly aching over RJ is like, it's ridiculous, man.
Jay sucks, man.
Yo,
oh man,
I didn't realize Cody didn't leave the Discord. So there you go. Cody Glock, ladies and gentlemen. Cody Glock.
I had to let you get on your get off my lawn energy. All right, I had to let you get that out the chest.
It's never ending, man.
But I think it's just fair to say, look, you want to see, like, I throw the whole where he got drafted out of that. It's not his choice that he got drafted at 3rd. All right, it's not his choice.
I mean, you just played the Pelicans without Zion, who's at home eating cheeseburgers. He can't even get on the court. Our guy just went out there and dropped 28 points on the court. Oh, it's not good enough.
Look, man, people want to see consistency, and I totally understand that. And the thing is that he's supposed to be the 3rd option. As we've talked about, it's Quickley. Quickley is that 3rd guy. We need to rely on Quickley. That has changed. It's all of that. I think it is more to this point. Is he part of what the Knicks are doing moving forward?
But that's what I'm saying, bro. We can't worry about that, right? We can't play fantasy basketball right now with the playoffs a week away. I can't worry about that right now. There will be a time and a place where we talk about what the future holds for this franchise and RJ Barrett. I've already said, depending on how this thing goes, yeah, they might put him in a package. Who knows? But what I'm trying to focus on here now is how do they use him to play him to his strengths while he plays on this team in this series?
Yeah. And just like I said, it'll all be evaluated. This whole playoff series is going to tell us a lot, man. It's going to tell us a lot.
Yeah.
But I do want to see, like, you just want to see him bounce back, man, because we've seen it. I think the thing it's at this point is that we've seen the slow start. He started getting going, lacerated finger, comes back, takes a little bit to get going again, does get going for a short stint, and then loses 3-point shooting, but is still consistent at getting downhill, is hitting timely threes, and now we're not seeing 3-pointers. And you're thinking for this team, because it's not the fact that it's just RJ. If you were thinking about it from a big team perspective, we saw this team shoot horrendously from 3 for a good stretch after going on a 9-game winning streak. And yes, it started to slowly come back right at the right time for the playoffs. But there's some PTSD, man. There's some PTSD. We want to see some good 3-point shooting. We know that. We got 3 guys who get downhill with ease, and you need it open for Brunson to really get going, for Randle to get going, for RJ to get going. And look, I think it's because, one, we haven't really seen Randle hit the threes that he's normally done. Right. On top of that, we didn't see Brunson for a little bit. Brunson was out injured. He comes back. He can still knock down some threes. But that entire starting unit, you're looking at Brunson, who's your only and Grimes now, your only consistent 3-point shooters. We're not even going to put Mitch in that equation. But if Randle and RJ are not shooting threes, that offense just starts to become like, what is it? What is it? Can it still be effective? Consider you're going against one of the top defenses in the NBA. And so I think that's a fair concern when you're starting to think of it from like that standpoint, where you're looking at RJ like, okay, man, you got paid. We want to see you come through. We're rooting for you. Can you come through for us? We know what you can do. We know you can get downhill. We know you can hit your free throws. That 3-point shooting is so critical for this team because of where they are. And I think that's where it's coming from.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And this Cavs defense is the number 1 3-point defense in the league. They're number 1 in opponents' points per game. It's going to be a tough defense, and they're number 1 in opponents' points in the paint. So they're gonna try to take away the Knicks' biggest strength. So the outside shooting is going to be imperative. But that's why it goes back to what I said opening up the show, is that if he's not hitting, you're going to number 5 fast. So that's why, like, I'm just not that worried, man, because I should be able to get enough threes from Brunson, Quick, Grimes. When Obi's out there in his minutes, we'll see what Julius gives him. I think we should be all right.
I still have confidence in my team. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you should, man. We got playoffs in a week, man. A week from today.
Why are we getting Aggie on a show that?
Because this is Knicks this is post game live, man. This ain't the library, bro. What else are we gonna talk about? The Masters? We're talking basketball here.
Yeah, we're going to talk about a tree falling down, CP.
Yeah. All right. This is where we get real. We keep it real over here. If they want that cookie cutter stuff, they know where to get it. But they come to the number 1 show before the fans, by the fans, Al, to hear constructive, spirited debate on the state of the Knicks, night in and night out. So yeah, I thought we had a good show. You know, we talked about the Mavericks miniseries, talked a little Knicks, and there we go, man. We sent them off into the weekend properly.
We gotta have like on the channel episode 1, 2, 3 about the Mavs. We just gotta go that way at this point.
Yo, put it in a separate playlist.
Yeah,
because I'm telling you, Sunday, Frank's gonna deliver for us. It'll be the reverse Maurice Endauer curse. Yeah.
Frank finally shows the bag that he's always had.
And gets the Knicks, the number 11 pick.
Oh, yeah. Man. This is going to be like a Cinderella story.
Yeah.
Clock strikes midnight. What happens?
Frank, we believe in you, Frank. Shout out to Frank. Good show, Al. Good show, everybody. Good show with all the mods. Shout out to Jetnikov Co. $20 super chat says, I'm not sure why there's so much slander on RJ and Jew all the time. We are building a team of players that want to be here, win together. It's a slow process. Stop the hate. Show the love and look for the positives in every game. Well, I mean, we're not just going to, raise the pom-poms. I get what Jetnikov is saying. Shout out to Australia, but this isn't the Homer and the pom-pom show either. I don't want to, we don't want to give off that impression.
Everyone played great today.
Yeah.
It was nice and dandy.
Right. There's legitimate concerns going on here. We want to win. So,
if you want real talk, that's why you come here.
Yeah.
As you said, you want real spirited debate, expressing your concerns.
Yeah.
That's why you come here.
I think all the concerns were valid. My whole take to sum it all up is I just feel like we have options, and I think there's other ways in which he can contribute. So we'll just have to wait and see.
For sure. But we're not going to be here just being like everything's nice and dandy.
No, we don't do that here. You do that in Orlando. Shout out to Ron Severe, $10 super chat says, hey CP, how is Thibs going to hide RJ and Brunson on defense during the playoffs? RJ has no lateral movement. Well, if Okoro's not playing, you're not really going to be able to. So everybody's got to man up. Shout out to Shane Mack. Shane Mack, long time, man. Channel member, $20 super chat. Says Knicks in 6. Let's go. I got my ticket. RJ will be fine. Shane Mack, which games are you going to, man? Which games are you going to?
We're going to be at game 4, bro.
Yes. 4. Be a 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, look out for those announcements as well. Shout out to Jay, $5 super chat says, wait, so 40-40 pre-game show live, play-by-play, post-game after party. Is this the game 1 schedule? Yes, it is. On a Saturday night. It is going down in New York City, man. Yes.
JD's doing play-by-play at the wow.
No, we still got to work out the logistics on that. He's gonna do play-by-play, but we got to work out the logistics. It probably won't be from the venue, but we'll see. We're gonna see what we still got to hash that out.
We're getting JD at the arena.
Yeah.
After the 40, we're flying him out to Cleveland right afterwards.
Yeah, right. All right. Shout out Marlon Small says Mavs played 12 guys. Leading scorer was Bullock to close the game. Markeith played 8 minutes, but it was 5 or 6. But he went 5 or 6, so they benched him. Cuban acted like a jealous ex watching us with Brunson. Yeah, it's Ryan Animal Chuck D, $10 super chat says every single commissioner in pro sports is trying to sue Mark Cuban from their graves for that Bush move. David Stern, Larry O'Brien, Walter Kennedy, even Bowie Kuhn, and Pete Rozelle. Oh, man, Cuban is not playing around. The tank is legit. The tank is ferocious. Good show, man. Remember that the show's available in audio podcast format, all the major platforms. Go to prizepicks.com, use promo code KFTV for an instant deposit match of up to $100. Go to manscaped.com, use promo code KFTV for 20% off, plus free shipping. Al, great show. See you Sunday. Season finale. Peace.